We'll start in about 2 minutes, everybody. If you're in the webinar, if you're in the room, please just say hello in the chat so I know you're here. And we will get started in about 2 minutes. John, yo. Lou, what's up, brother? What's up, John? Now, which John said hey, yo? Because I have a couple Johns in here. I know. Do we have Bunts? Jay, what's up, my brother? We have Matos. Bunts. Jack, what's up, brother? Good morning. Good morning, Lawrence. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for hopping on. I'm jacked up right now. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning. Good morning. Georgie, thanks for hopping on. I saw you registered. Awesome. Awesome. Great to have you guys. Great to have you. Beautiful Friday morning. Good morning, Tone. My brother. And guys, we're going to start in about a minute. I'm going to keep it nice and short for us. Half hour, 45 minutes max. Depends on how fast I talk. Sometimes I can talk pretty fast when I get excited. I'll try to keep it a little slower for us, but I want to get you back out there on the floor. Got some good stuff we're going to go over. Good morning, Tabitha. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Where's Pistol Pete? All right, all right, all right. Let's see. We got another few seconds, and we're going to get rocking and rolling here. Another few seconds. Shane, Grand Rising. Yes, Grand Rising. That's right. That's right. Good morning, Shane. Good morning. Thanks for hopping on, man. Thanks for hopping on. My brother is on here. Thanks for hopping on, bro. All right, let's get started, guys. Welcome back to another one of our free live sales training webinars presented to you by Alpha Sales, our sales training company. I am so grateful to have all of you on here. We're back and better than ever. We should have like over 100 salespeople and managers on here from a ton of different dealerships. I can't even begin to say how humbled I am and grateful I am for this. And as always, I just want to remind you, you're a top 1%er if you're on this webinar. 99.9999999, keep going, percent of salespeople in the world are not carving out 30 to 45 minutes per week, per month, sometimes per year to hone their skills. So you should be proud of yourself, and I'm proud of you for being on here. Q&A, as always, drop your questions in the chat. Charles is going to be recording the chat so we have it. And you have my email, guys. Most of you have my cell phone number. You know I'm on 24/7. You reach out. I'm there for you. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Even if we've never met in person, my phone and email are always on for you. Charles, if you could drop the link in the chat. Charles is going to drop a link in the chat. The first 5 people to sign up will get a free one-on-one sales training session with myself. Feel free to fill that form out. And Charles is going to drop that in the chat. And if you could, hop on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We post 3 times a week in terms of the actual videos, and every day we post on the YouTube Shorts as well as our social media pages, and it's sales training content, personal growth and motivation 24/7 that I'm bringing to you guys. Super excited for some news that I'm going to announce at the end of this webinar in regards to our upcoming webinar next month. I'm super pumped to announce that to you guys. So just a little housekeeping. On today's agenda, guys, like I said, I'm going to pack a lot into a short period of time, get you guys back out there on the floor. It's the holiday season. We're going to talk about the mindset of holiday shoppers. I did some research for you guys, some case studies and statistics, and we're going to talk a little bit about the psychology of the holiday shopper and how the holiday season affects your customers' buying habits. We're going to talk about some word tracks for the holiday season, some word tracks we should be using right now to create a sense of urgency to close more deals during this holiday season, and some Q&A from the Wolves. We're going to talk about overcoming not interested when pounding the phones, when prospecting to your customers. This is some Q&A. I went around the dealerships this past week. I asked some of our youngest Wolves for some topics they'd like to hear us talk about on the webinar, and I believe this is going to be useful to anybody of any level of experience. So we're going to pack that into this half hour, 40 minutes possibly. So let's talk about holiday customers. Holiday customers. There's one thing that I know, and if you were in my sales meetings this week, I said it multiple times. There's one thing I know for sure. No one during the holiday season has any extra time or any extra money. They don't have extra time. They don't have extra money. I know I don't. I'm sure you don't. If they're coming into your dealership, you have to know they've already mentally prepared to make a buying decision. They're not window shopping. Nobody's going to the mall right now during the midst of the holiday chaos just to window shop, just to browse around. We just don't do it. We're going there with an intention. If they're coming into your dealership, they've already thought this through. Now, are they presenting it to you that way? No, of course. They're guarded. Their walls up, right? They're playing the game too. Just know if they're coming into your dealership, they're coming there for a reason. They've carved out the time. They've carved out the time on purpose, and they've mentally budgeted and prepared to make a buying decision. Nobody has extra money or time laying around. So remember that. But with that being said, right, so we think about the money, right? We think about the finances. We can offset possibly your customer's lack of extra money if we take them out of their rational mind and put them into their emotional mind, right? Keep them in their emotional mind. And maybe that credit card that they were going to use for holiday shopping, in the spirit of being in the ether, they used for their down payment on the next car. Maybe when they went, back at home when they were crunching the numbers, right, their kitchen table budget, they said, okay, we could possibly go up $50, $100 max per month. But when we play the tape and we calculate how much we're going to be spending over the next 3 years, 5 years, and Sarah's got to go away to college, all of that goes out the window if you keep them in their emotional mind. They will justify making it work. They'll figure it out. So the goal is to keep them in their emotional mind at all times because they don't have much extra money laying around. Keep them in their emotional mind and they will throw rationale out the window. Impulse buying is at an all-time high. Through the studies that I've done, real doctors, and we're going to dive into it, psychologists say that impulse and compulsive buying just rises automatically during the holiday season, but it's based on something very special, very specific. It's stimulation. The environment is more stimulating. The Christmas tree is up. The music. I mean, some of my dealers, we started playing Christmas music, I think, before Thanksgiving, right? The music, the stimulation, the colors, the shiny balls on the tree, all the things, right? The holiday sweaters. It's stimulating. It's exciting. It gets everyone in the mood. You got to do your part. Don't just bank on the Christmas tree and the decorations in your dealership and the music to make your customer want to buy at a higher level than normal. You got to do your part. Don't be a Scrooge. You got to be in the holiday spirit. If you got to fake it, guess what? You got to fake it. Your rent, your mortgage company, your utility bills, your car payment, it doesn't matter what you had to do to pay it. They don't care. If you got to fake it, if you got to put an act on, do it, right? Do it. And make sure your customer feels that they're in the holiday spirit. You got to play a little bit of the role, right? We're performers. Just a little tip for you. Put some candy on your desk. Candy canes, cookies, right? Cookies, candy, something small on your desk to give out to your customers. What could it cost you? A couple dollars? Go to the store, spend $20, spend $50, put it on your desk and give it to your customers, something small. We talked about the laws of reciprocity before. On previous webinars, we talked about the case study they did in restaurants and how tips increase just by giving a little piece of candy after the meal. Give something small to your customer and watch them give you something big in return in the form of a fat commission check. Something small. Go to the store, you order from Amazon, it'll probably be there before this webinar is over. Order some cookies, order some candy, put it on your desk, give it out to your customers, right? Create a little bit of an experience for them. The holiday shopping bind. Okay, so I was diving in over the last couple of weeks to some different articles. There was one on Psychology Today that I really liked. The article was titled The Holiday Shopping Mind. This was actually published 2 weeks ago, right? I think it was the day after Thanksgiving, maybe. The doctor's name was Isabel Brockus. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. She's a doctor of biology, development, and behavior. So whenever I see that, I really get interested because I know this is science backed. This isn't just rah-rah stuff. This isn't a sales pitch, right? Definitely not coming from me. I write it. The doctor said it. So she said she found that recent studies show that the average U.S. consumer makes 2 to 3 impulse buys per week, amounting to $5,400 annually, right? So that's not just accumulating purchase. I mean, it could be two big ones, right? It could be two big ones. $5,400 per year, your customers are spending in terms of impulse buying, right? So impulse buying decisions, $5,400 per year they're spending. So if you break down $5,400 per year in terms of month, right? It's $455 per month if you average it out. So what that says to me is, I mean, that's music in my ears. Your customers can afford to go up, in theory, $450 per month in monthly payment if you look at this case study of what they're spending over the course of the year. So they're going to spend the money. They're going to spend it regardless. The study shows that. So let them spend it at your dealership. They're going to spend $5,400. Hey, maybe make it one impulse purchase, not two or three, not two or three. I believe it actually is two or three per year, not week. So instead of the two or three impulse purchases they're going to make per year, make it one impulse purchase, right? Put the $5,400 down on their next vehicle. Your customers are impulse buying all year long, right? All year long. A lot of times they're big purchases, right? Maybe a TV, maybe a new sofa, everything's going up in price. Make that impulse purchase be the car they're going to buy from you. So your customers are spending money and they're doing it impulsively every single year. Self-gifting, guys. Self-gifting is on the rise. It's on the rise. More studies are showing, this one in particular, person's name was Kit Yarrow. They were the author of Decoding the New Consumer Mind. There's a lot of self-gifting going on. Not only are people spending during the holiday season on others, they're spending on themselves, and it's going up at a high rate. Self-gifting and treating is really much higher during December than any other time of the year. That's what they said in the study. So not only are your customers out there spending money on others, they're spending on themselves, and they're spending at a higher rate than ever before, and particularly in December. This is real data that's proving this, guys. Now more than ever, in the age of e-commerce and Amazon and just ads being everywhere, social media constantly, every other post, we're seeing something for sale. Your customers are treating themselves, so don't let them tell you otherwise. Here's a word track you can use, guys. Quick little word track you can use. You deserve it. You want to tell them they deserve it, right? Mr. or Mrs. Customer, the holiday season is, of course, a season for giving, but that should include giving to yourself too. I'm sure you're spending all of this energy trying to make everyone else happy this holiday season. Don't you deserve to make yourself happy as well, right? So you don't have to sound scripted, but tell your customer straight up, right? Let's say it's John. John, obviously the holiday season is the season for giving, and I get that. I'm sure you're giving a lot to your loved ones this holiday season, but don't you love yourself? Shouldn't that include you as well? Give yourself something that you deserve, right? Notice I said energy, right? We're spending a lot of energy this holiday season, right? To make everyone else happy. Spending a lot of energy this holiday season to make everyone else happy. Probably might stay away from spending a lot of money, as not to remind your customer how much they actually are spending, where they go, oh, you know what? Yeah, I did spend a lot. Let me pump the brakes on the spending. You're spending a lot of energy this holiday season trying to make everyone else happy. Don't you deserve to make yourself happy as well? Use that as you choose, right? Make it your own, but tell your customers they deserve it. They deserve it. They spend all this energy making everyone else happy this holiday season. Don't you deserve to make yourself happy as well, right? So use that word track, guys. It's important. It's important. One for you and one for me. The numbers do support the self-spending. Here's a stat from the company Statistia. I use them a lot. They said that during the 2022 holiday season, so last year, nearly 30% of consumers in the United States said that they planned to buy themselves a gift. During last year's holiday season, nearly 30% of U.S. consumers said that they planned to buy themselves a gift. This year, I told you, self-spending's on the rise. The Gallup polls, which are some of the most respectable polls out there, they said that 64% of Americans plan to buy something for themselves or their household this holiday season. So it literally doubled from last year. That's 2 out of 3 people that you walk by plan to buy themselves or their household something this holiday season. So as I said, it's not just the season for giving, it's the season for receiving too, and giving to yourself. Remind your customers of that and know that. I think the most important thing about statistics, it's not the numbers themselves, right? It's what the numbers should do for your level of confidence and the courage of your convictions when you're trying to close deals. I want you guys to know these numbers so that you know most of what you're hearing from your customer are just excuses, are just them defending themselves, are just them trying to prevent themselves from making a decision they're going to regret. It's not their inability to spend money. That's why I like to provide these stats, guys, so you're more confident. You know what's really going on out there. Sometimes we get lost within the interaction we have with our customer, and we have one interaction and we feel like every other customer interaction is going to be the same way. That's why I like to provide data like this, so you know it's not, everything's not as it seems as it was with that one customer experience. The market talks, numbers lie. I mean, people lie, numbers don't. Numbers do lie sometimes depending on the person, but people lie, numbers don't. I just want you to know what's going on out there in the market. People lie, numbers don't, right? People lie, numbers don't. Another poll for you guys. There was a poll conducted by Auto Alliance. They found that 65% of people would like to receive a new car as a holiday gift, right? A new car as a holiday gift. So when you have a customer, right? When you have a customer that says they got to go home and talk to their wife, no, they actually don't, because 2 out of 3 people are saying they want to have a holiday gift given to them as a surprise. So chances are that person who's got to go home and talk to their wife really doesn't. Their wife's actually home waiting for them to come home with a new car, right? So that poll was conducted by Auto Alliance. They found that 65% of people do want a new car given to them for the holiday season. Of those people who want a new car, 25% said that they would frequently mention how old their car was or how many repairs the vehicle needed as a hint to their loved ones. So think about this. 25% of the 65 are actually making active hints, suggestions, and planting seeds to their loved ones about how they need a new car, how they're hearing a noise going on in the vehicle they don't like, how the check engine light was on, how, man, whatever it may be, they're planting seeds to their loved ones that they want a new car. So that customer that has to go home and think about it, right, or go home and talk to their wife, there's really not much to think about or talk about. Their loved ones want them to leave with a new vehicle. And 17% said they would drop hints during television commercials that they want a new vehicle, and 7% said they would leave car ads lying around the house. People want cars during the holiday season. People want vehicles. Another stat for you. According to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, the BEA, sounds like a fancy bureau there, car sales in December do tend to be higher than the monthly average for the year. So over a 16-year period between 2005 and 2021, December auto sales were 8.28% higher than the average monthly sales for the corresponding year, which is interesting, guys, because, excuse me, if sales are increasing in December, and I don't know about you, but I haven't seen rates go down. I haven't seen the sale price of vehicles going down. I haven't seen anything change. But your customers are buying at a higher level. Why is that? We talk about it all the time. It's just up here. It's a state of mind. It's a matter of perception. We're creating emotion. The market, right, through advertising, through marketing, through what we're doing in our dealership, we're creating a sense of urgency, causing your customer to buy at a higher level. Why can't we replicate that next month in January, in February? Well, because what happens is we get pumped up during the holiday season. We get pumped up during the end of the month. We get pumped up on Saturday. And then come Monday, we're sleepwalking again, right? Or after the holiday's over, we just assume that nobody's going to come in and buy, or nobody's going to pick up the phone, or nobody's going to be interested. So it's all up in our head, man. It's all in our head. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. It's us that changed. It's us that changed. We have to transfer that energy to our customers all the time. It doesn't matter when it is, whether it's Christmas, whether it's New Year's, whether it's Easter, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's a Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the third week in February with no sales event going on. We have to transfer that energy to our customers and get them excited. And remind your customers, guys, remind your customers. We're making a strong push to hit our yearly quotas. And come January 1st, the urgency to make and take these crazy deals will stabilize. Now is the time to take advantage. Tell your customers that when you're in the close, when you're trying to make a deal happen, just remind them. We're making a strong push right now. We got to hit our yearly quota, but come January 1st, things are going to settle down. We're not going to have that urgency to make the deals we're making right now. And not to say we're not going to give you a great deal. Of course, we always will, right? We always will. But It's just we're not going to be able to make the deal we're able to make today, right? The deal we're able to make today. So remind them of that. Create a sense of urgency. Create a sense of urgency. Now's the time to take advantage. And in 24 days from right now, their trade-in will be a whole year older. A whole year older. Remind them, hey, listen, the trading you have now, 24 days from now, it's going to be a year older. That means that's a few grand in value right there. So if you're saying the payment's a little bit of a stretch right now, it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. Your trading value is going to drop literally in 24 days. So now's the time to take advantage of your trade-in. It's never going to be worth more than it is right now. That's a fact, guys. That's a fact. That trade-in's a year older. And of course, vehicle prices are only going up. Once the 23s are gone and now it's just the 24s out there, apples to apples, that same vehicle is going to be a couple grand more, right? A couple grand more. There's never a better time to buy than right now. And that's a sales, but that's true though, guys. It's true. Like their trade-in value is not going to go up. It's not. Vehicle prices are not going to go down. So now is the time to take advantage. Tell your customers that. Tell your customers that. You're telling them the truth. All right, guys, a little Q&A that we had with the wolf pack. One of our youngest wolves has really brought to my attention an oversight that we may have when working the phones. They had asked me, how do we slow someone down over the phone who says they're not interested and to keep them on the phone? And I started to think about it. We spend most of our time preparing when working the phones for the customer that's going to say yes, right? For the customer that may be interested, for the customer that has questions that sound like the type of questions somebody would ask who you may be able to schedule an appointment with. But they're the ones we have in the bag anyway, right? We should focus on being prepared for the customers that aren't interested, because 90-something% of the people that pick up the phone aren't going to schedule an appointment with you anyway. That's the math. That's okay. We understand the math. But how much of that percentage can we take, right? That's where we could sink our teeth into. There's a ton of meat on that bone. We should be preparing for the customers that aren't interested. We should be excited for those because that's our opportunity, right? That's where the opportunity is. The ones that are interested, they're going to be interested anyway, right? Understand the math. 70% of the people that you speak to at first won't be interested at all, right? At all. And then after talking to some of them, even those people who show a little interest, you're going to have struggle setting appointments with on that first attempt. That's where follow-up is huge, right? That's where follow-up is huge. Don't be taken back. Expect it. Expect your customers not to be interested, because that's what a percentage of them, a large percentage, are going to say. Be prepared. Have scripts ready. Have your word tracks ready. Have your points of emphasis ready, your value proposition, and be prepared for those. Give you a few different word tracks that you can use on the phone with your customer when they say they aren't interested. When they say they are interested. First one, I would say, I knew you'd say that before I called, and that's the exact reason why I had to give you a buzz. John says, I'm just really not interested right now. John, totally understand, and I actually knew you were going to say that, and that's the exact reason why I had to give you a buzz. John, here at the dealership right now during this holiday season, we have incentives, we have deals, we have coupons, we have dealer cash that I haven't seen, honestly, since before the pandemic. And I know you may be saying, and I go into my pitch, I knew you would say that before I called, and that's the exact reason why I had to give you a buzz. If nothing else, it slows John down a little bit. It slows Mary down a little bit, and they go, oh, wow, they must be serious about what they're talking about. They knew I was going to say I wasn't interested, and they still had to call me. They must really believe in what they're about to say. So I like that a lot. I knew you'd say that before I called, and that's the exact reason why I had to give you a buzz. And then you go into your pitch, right? Then you go into your pitch. Another one for I'm not interested. Hey, John, I totally understand. I wouldn't expect you to be, considering I haven't told you anything interesting yet. Hey, John, totally understand. And I really wouldn't expect you to be, considering I haven't really told you anything interesting yet. That's the first part, right? That's the first part. Yeah, I don't expect them to be interested. I didn't tell them anything interesting yet. So, John, I totally get it. I don't expect you to be interested right now. I haven't told you anything interesting yet. But let me ask you this. If I was able to show you a way to upgrade out of your vehicle, get a car that's newer, with little or no miles, with more features than you have now, and still keep you at an affordable monthly payment, would you be interested in that? Right, so you're asking rhetorical questions, guys. Of course, who wouldn't be interested in that? You're going to find me a vehicle that's newer, with little or no miles, more features than I have now, and keep me at an affordable monthly payment, of course I'd be interested in that, right? So that's the second part. That's the second part. The other part I want you to remember, guys, is, and maybe the most important part of all of this, it's okay if you mess up on the word track. It's okay if you fumble your words. I don't want you to sound scripted. I want you to sound like yourself. Write this down, put it in your own words. The most important part about all this isn't really what you say at this point in the game. It's the fact you kept them on the phone. They're still on the phone. They didn't hang up. But if they say they're not interested and you go, oh, okay, thanks, and hang up, well, ball game, right? Keep them on the phone. That's the most important part about this. You're treading water. You're just treading water. Keep them on the phone. Another one that I like a lot too, when John says he's not interested. John, when you say you're not interested, are you not interested in getting a new car, or are you just not interested in your payments going up? Right? So, John, when you say you're not interested, are you not interested in getting a new car, or are you just not interested in your payments going up? Right? I do this for a reason, right? Because everyone, including myself, right, loves getting a new car, right? So I'm going to say this to John. John, because everyone, including myself, loves getting a new car. Then he may say, no, I just don't want my payments to go up. I was there a few months back. So I would then say to John, I totally get it. I can actually show you ways to keep your payment the same or even lowering it. The important part about this is he didn't say no to not wanting a new car. He didn't say no to not wanting a new car. He said no to the payments not going up, which to me means yes, he would like a new car if the circumstances were justifiable, right? So, John, when you say you're not interested, are you just not interested in getting a new car, or are you just afraid your payments are going to go up? Because, everybody loves getting a new car, including myself. I assume you just don't want to see your payments go out of your comfort zone, right? And he would say, yeah, I don't want my payments to go up. We're pretty strapped right now. But what he's also saying to me is he would get a new car if the numbers made sense. So just to recap, first one, John, I knew you'd say that before I called, and that's the exact reason why I had to give you a buzz. Stop him in his tracks, slow him down, show them you're serious about what you're about to tell them. That's why you're calling, even despite knowing they'd probably tell you they're not interested. John, I totally understand, and I wouldn't expect you to be interested right now anyway, because I haven't told you anything interesting yet. But John, let me ask you this. If I was able to show you a way to upgrade out of your vehicle to something newer, something with little to no miles, more features than you have now, and still be able to do it in such a way that it was comfortable for you on a monthly basis, would you be interested in that? Of course the answer is yes. Of course, rhetorical questions, guys. Make it your own. John, when you say you're not interested, are you not interested in getting a new car, or are you just not interested in your payments going up? We all know the answer to that. Everybody loves getting a new car, right? If it was the same payment, I'm sure you'd want a new car, right? Another one I use a lot. I used this last week actually on the phone with a customer. John, the funny thing is, 9 out of 10 customers that I help upgrade into a better situation start with conversations just like this one. John, the funny thing is, 9 out of 10 customers that I help upgrade into a better situation actually start with conversations just like this one. I don't expect you to be interested right now, but I can promise that after I show you how great of an opportunity we have for you here at our dealership, you'll not only be interested, but you'll be committed to making sure you don't let this chance slip away, right? So painting a picture that I can guarantee he's going to be interested if he just allows me to offer my value proposition, right? So dumbing it down a little bit, simplifying it. John, I totally get it. And the funny thing is, 9 out of 10 conversations that I have with customers that I sell cars to, they start just like this until I eventually show them the opportunity we have here at the dealership. And then not only are they interested, but they're really committed to not letting this chance slip away. Make it your own. Next one I want to go over. John, when you say you're not interested, are you not interested in getting a new car? Oh, we already went over that one. So sorry, duplicate. I must really like that one. But that's the truth, guys. Here's the thing. They are interested in getting a new car. Everyone's interested in getting a new car. If the numbers made sense, they would leave with a new car. So it's important to remind them of that. It's not that they're not interested in getting a new car. They're just not interested in their payment going up. They're not interested in us wasting their time. They're not interested in – customers don't like the vulnerable feeling. Nobody does. And unfortunately, untrained salespeople, it's like as soon as the customer cracks the door, it's like you could just feel the tension and stress. I think it's important to remember and remind our customers and let them feel it that we're people first before we're salespeople. We're just two people. And I think everybody loses sight of that. It's like automatically depending on your environment, it's us against them. Well, no, we need them on our team because we have the same goals. We have the same goals. They want to leave with a new car. If they didn't, they wouldn't be there in a perfect world, right? And we want the payment to be affordable enough for them to sign their name on the dotted line, because if it's not, they never will. It's our job to work together, not us against the customer, but it's important to remind them of that, guys. It's important to remind them that I'm a person first before I'm a salesperson. I buy cars too, right? And I wouldn't expect you to do a deal today if the numbers didn't make sense. Be honest with them. All right, guys, I know we packed a lot into a short period of time there. I want to get you guys back out on the floor. Thank you for hopping on. I really appreciate it. We're only growing and getting better. We're getting bigger. The Wolf Pack is growing, and this is just the beginning for us. Our next webinar, guys, is going to be on Friday the 12th. I'm super pumped for this one. It's going to be completely different than the previous webinars. It's going to be a Zoom format. I'm pretty confident it's going to be on Zoom, guys. It may be a different platform, but I think I'm going to go with Zoom. We're going to be able to see each other. We're going to be able to interact. I'm going to have questions that I'm going to ask the team, have people answering. You guys are going to ask me questions. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a little bit of a sneak peek as to the training, the webinar-based training that we're going to do once we launch the university and once we have our formal trainings. They're all going to be on a Zoom format. So I'm super excited for that, super pumped. Friday, January 12th, 10 a.m., Zoom format. Keep an eye out, guys. I'm sending you guys emails all the time with training tips, with videos. Keep an eye out on social media. Keep an eye out on YouTube. I'm sending you guys stuff 24/7. That's where I send the registration for the webinars too, guys. So check your email. It comes from me. You will see it Friday, January 12th at 10 o'clock. As always, just want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on the coming attractions. We have the Sales University being filmed as we speak. In my apartment back here, I have a green screen set up and lights. I'm sure you've seen it on social media. I'm 100% committed to getting this thing ready for you guys for the springtime. We're about 25% complete in filming. And after that, we're going to get ready for launch. I'm super pumped for that. We're going to have our formal Zoom trainings once the university launches. Like I said, via Zoom. We're going to have live lunch and learns and meetup events. I'm thinking once per quarter, guys. All of the participating dealers, I'm going to invite all of you guys off campus to an off-campus site. We're going to have food. We're going to have music. We're going to have fun. We're going to do some training, have some guest speakers. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for that. And as always, I'm never going to forget where I came from. I'm never going to forget you guys as we're in the early stages of building this thing together. We're going to have early bird opportunities for all of our dealers that have stuck with us from the beginning. So I'm super pumped to hop on a call with you guys and really see how we can take all of your stores to the next level. Q&A, don't forget, drop some questions in the chat, hit me up on social media, hit me up on the phone, hit me up via email. I will always answer your questions 100% of the time. Those of you that know me, which most of you do, you know that to be true. And please, I'm going to shoot you an email, guys, just asking for some feedback. Let me know what you like about the webinars. Let me know what you don't like. It's okay. I have thick skin. I need to know these things. I need to know what you don't like. I want to be able to fix that for you. And let me know what you want to see more of. And I wish you guys all a safe and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy and healthy New Year to you and yours. Remember what the holiday season is truly about, and it's about spending time with our loved ones. Taking a few minutes to stop and smell the roses for all the things we're grateful for. And I think I'm saying that right now because I too have to get better at that. A lot of times throughout the hustle and bustle of the holiday season and really our day-to-day lives as salespeople, we lose sight of what's important and we get stuck in this vicious cycle. Take a step back, look around for all the things that you do have in your life, and let's take a few minutes to be grateful for those every single day, because there's some people out there that just have really a crappy hand dealt to them, and they have so little. I see it every day walking throughout South Philly and Center City, homeless people, and I came home from work the other night. It was late. It was 9:30 and 10 o'clock, closer to 10 by the time I crossed the bridge. And I remember saying to myself, man, I gotta go home, go to sleep, wake up, do it again tomorrow. All this stuff that goes through our head. And I look to my left, and there's a homeless person sleeping on top of like a manhole, and they're just keeping warm with whatever heat's coming up from the manhole cover. And I'm saying to myself, like, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. So I have luxury problems. A lot of us, we have luxury problems. If we're on here today, things could always be worse. And I'm super grateful for you guys, more than you know. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a valued member of our Wolf Pack. Super excited to see where this thing is going. I love all of you guys. And I'll see you on January 12th, 10 a.m. on Zoom. So be ready. We're going to be asking some questions. I'm going to want some answers. And you guys are going to ask me questions too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Q, is that you? You still have your Kiss outfit on? Thank you, guys. Super pumped to have all you guys here. Wanted to keep it short for you. Thanks, Danny. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Get out there, sell some cars, make some money, have some fun, and can always be worse, guys, you know? Could always be worse. If anybody needs me, hit me up. You know where to find me, and have a great day. Peace, guys.